Nearly a month after Hurricane Helene ravaged the southeast, killing more than 250 people, many North Carolina residents are still reeling from the devastation. In Swannanoa, individuals like Kris Weil are sleeping in tents where their homes once stood, as nighttime temperatures drop into the 30s. Weil's story is one of survival against incredible odds. On the night before the hurricane struck, Weil's pregnant girlfriend was taken to the hospital due to chest pains, leaving him at home to prepare for the baby. Soon after, flood warnings began blaring on his phone, and water rapidly engulfed his neighborhood. As his home was washed off its foundation, Weil, his friend, and 3 dogs were forced out of a back window. Clinging to a vine and holding one of his dogs, Weil survived long enough for a rescue boat, sent from Illinois, to save him hours later. In the aftermath, Weil's girlfriend gave birth to a healthy baby girl, Sage Nevaeh, at a hospital in Chapel Hill. Sage is currently in the NICU but is expected to be released soon. Weil has been receiving aid from the local community, with volunteers providing him a tent, bike, food, and even a donated car so he can visit his newborn daughter. Just down the road, Dara Cody and her partner are in a similar situation. On the night the hurricane hit, Cody couldn't sleep and kept checking the rising water behind her home. By 5 a.m., the river had jumped 12 feet, and she realized they needed to evacuate immediately. They grabbed what personal items they could and fled as their home was destroyed. When they returned the next day, nothing was left but a patch of dirt. The devastation of not just her home but the entire town was overwhelming for Cody, who has lived in the area her whole life. In the weeks since the hurricane, Cody has been sorting through the remnants of her home with the help of volunteers from Emerge Ministries. At night, she and her partner sleep in tents along the river's edge. She hopes to qualify for a tiny home, pending county approval. Cody expressed deep gratitude for the volunteers, describing their generosity and compassion as beyond anything she could have imagined. Emerge Ministries, along with other volunteer organizations, has been instrumental in helping residents like Weil and Cody recover from the disaster. Volunteers from across the country have been on the ground daily, offering food, supplies, and manpower to assist with cleanup efforts. Some, like Shannon Martin Easley from Louisiana, have encountered isolated survivors, like a man whose driveway was only recently cleared after not seeing anyone for 20 days. Volunteers like Martha and Roy Hirschberger from Ohio have been serving hot meals in Swannanoa, providing up to 2,000 meals per day to those in need. Hirschberger noted that the trauma from the hurricane runs deep, even for those whose homes remain standing. Several other volunteers, including those from Maryland, echoed the sentiment that the recovery process will be long and difficult. Barbara Kaufman from A Lady in a Hop Maryland LLC emphasized the need for boots on the ground to help with the massive cleanup efforts, as many residents remain in desperate need of assistance. As the recovery continues, the residents of Swannanoa are relying on the kindness and resilience of their community and volunteers from across the country. Though the road to rebuilding is long, the spirit of hope remains strong in this tight-knit town.